What Princess Leonor Christian's royal wedding means for Spain's throne. The palace is buzzing. The nation is holding its breath. Princess Leonor is about to marry. But this is more than a wedding. It could change the throne forever. The rules of monarchy, tradition, and loyalty are about to collide in ways no one expected. Spain is watching history unfold. Princess Leonor, the future queen, has announced her marriage to Christian, a figure whose arrival into the royal orbit has already sparked whispers in corridors no camera can reach. This is not just a celebration of love. This is a seismic moment for Spain's monarchy. The question on everyone's mind: what does this union really mean for the throne, for tradition, and for the future of a nation that has long held its monarchy under intense scrutiny? From the very first glance, it is clear that this is no ordinary royal engagement. Christian's background, his upbringing, his social connections, all carefully considered, speak to a union that balances affection with strategy. In royal history, marriage has always been more than love. It is power, it is succession, it is the delicate weaving of alliances that preserve a dynasty. And now, with Princess Leonor at the center, the stakes are unprecedented. Consider the emotional weight carried by a young heir. Leonor has been trained for this from childhood, groomed for public scrutiny, for duty, for ceremony. And now, she steps into a role where her personal happiness intersects with national expectations. The eyes of Spain, and indeed of Europe, are on her. Every smile, every gesture, every choice in this wedding is under analysis. Every decision sends ripples through history. And yet, there is intimacy here, a human story beneath the crown. Christian, navigating the luminous corridors of the Spanish royal palace, is stepping into a world both grand and unforgiving. How does a young man balance love with duty? How does a bride balance her heart with centuries of expectation? These are questions Spain is asking itself with every headline, every social media post, every whispered conversation in Madrid cafes. The significance extends beyond personal union. The monarchy itself is at a crossroads. Spain's royal family has faced moments of scrutiny, moments where the throne's relevance was questioned. This wedding, however, carries the promise of renewal. It signals stability, continuity, and the potential for a new chapter that resonates with younger generations who often view tradition with skepticism. The merging of modern sensibility with historic responsibility is delicate, and the eyes of the nation are unrelenting. Within palace walls, tensions naturally arise. Even in celebrations of love, there are factions, advisors, and guardians of tradition who watch with caution. Family dynamics, too, play a pivotal role. Parents, siblings, and extended relatives, each with their own hopes, anxieties, and visions for the monarchy, interact in ways that shape both ceremony and perception. Every whispered conversation, every subtle nod or pause, carries weight. This is not only about Leonor and Christian, it is about Spain itself, watching the heir navigate the future of the throne with grace and resilience. Public perception adds another layer. Citizens across Spain are emotionally invested, not just as subjects, but as participants in the story of a monarchy they have inherited and, in many ways, protect. Every detail of the wedding, the dress, the venue, the guests, signals more than taste. It communicates values, priorities, and the careful negotiation between heritage and modernity. The royal wedding becomes a lens through which the nation sees its identity, its aspirations, and its hope for continuity. Curiosity grows as details emerge. The choice of vows, the music, the ceremonial elements that echo centuries of Spanish tradition, juxtaposed with the subtle ways Leonor and Christian express individuality and intimacy. Observers note the contrasts: youthful energy tempered by historical weight, private love framed within public spectacle. Each element tells a story, crafting a narrative that both honors the past and embraces the present. International attention cannot be overstated. Monarchies around the world watch closely, analyzing alliances, appearances, and symbolism. What messages are sent by inviting certain dignitaries? What significance lies in the absence of others? Spain's monarchy is not isolated, it exists within a web of royal relationships, diplomatic ties, and centuries of tradition that extend far beyond its borders. Leonor and Christian's union is now part of a global conversation, a delicate dance of image, influence, and legacy. Emotion, too, becomes a central theme. Weddings are celebrations of love, yes, but they are also markers of change, transitions from one chapter to another. For Leonor, the transition is profound. From princess to queen-in-waiting, she embodies continuity while navigating the turbulence of youth and public expectation. Her choices will resonate for decades, affecting perceptions of monarchy, family, and national identity. Christian's role is equally pivotal, as partner, supporter, and symbol of a future intertwined with centuries of royal heritage. The wedding's cultural impact cannot be understated. Spanish art, literature, media, and public discourse will reflect this moment for years. The union is a mirror of evolving societal expectations, love that transcends class boundaries, duty embraced with personal agency, tradition honored alongside modernity. The monarchy, often perceived as distant or ceremonial, suddenly becomes relatable, humanized by the narrative of love and responsibility. And yet, tension persists. Will the balance between personal happiness and duty hold? Will public scrutiny shape decisions, or will Leonor and Christian chart a path independent of expectation? The answers unfold slowly, with each step toward the altar, each symbolic gesture, each private glance captured in public memory. These are not questions of gossip, they are questions of history in real time. As the wedding day approaches, anticipation swells. Spain collectively holds its breath, aware that this is more than ceremony. It is a statement of intent, a reaffirmation of monarchy in an age where relevance is constantly questioned. The marriage symbolizes hope, continuity, and the human dimension of a royal life often viewed as untouchable. Ultimately, the meaning of Princess Leonor and Christian's wedding lies not only in the union of two people but in the reaffirmation of a monarchy under pressure, a nation balancing pride and scrutiny, history and modernity. Every choice, every gesture, every smile becomes part of a living legacy, shaping perceptions for generations. Spain is witnessing a story that blends love, duty, and the extraordinary weight of history, a story that reminds the world that monarchy, at its core, is as human as it is royal. As celebrations unfold, as vows are exchanged, as history records this union, one truth remains: Princess Leonor and Christian are not merely joining in marriage, they are shaping the future of a throne, the identity of a nation, and the narrative of monarchy itself. And as Spain watches, every moment resonates far beyond the palace walls, echoing in hearts, minds, and history for years to come. The wedding is imminent. The eyes of the world are fixed on Spain. And the question lingers: will this union define the monarchy's future, or will it simply become another chapter in a story centuries in the making? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the royal stage has never been more alive, and the story of Princess Leonor and Christian is one that will be remembered for generations.